Does it make sense to hire family members in your business? What are the tax advantages of hiring family to be employees in your business? Hi, I'm Jim Flauaus, realestatetexcoach.com. I work with real estate agents and brokers around the country to help them reduce their tax liability, increase their cash flow, and their profits. So this is a question I speak about a lot when I talk to real estate groups or realtors associations. And it's usually one of the most fun topics. It gets the most response, I think, from people who listen. Does it make sense to hire family members? Well, it certainly can. Why would you do it? Think about it for a minute. Let's say you're in the 22% tax bracket, but you have a 15-year-old son who's great at designing websites. He's in the 0% tax bracket. Well, does it make sense to move some of your income as a realtor from a 22% bracket to a 0% bracket? Well, absolutely. If you could move some money downstream so that it effectively becomes tax exempt, then that's a great strategy. So how does it work? Well, the tax courts have ruled that it's actually legit to have a 7-year-old or older as an employee in a small business. So if you've got a 7-year-old, what can they do in your business? Well, lick stamps, clean the office. Sometimes we joke, hey, they can probably run your social media better than you can. So what would you pay them? Well, pay them a reasonable amount of money. Remember this, with the IRS, documentation beats conversation. You're never going to sit down and sweet talk or reason with an IRS auditor unless you have the documentation to show that what you're doing fits within the IRS court-tested strategies and meet the code. And so what you want to do is you want to have a job description. You want to keep a timesheet for how often or how infrequently that 7-year-old or 15-year-old works in your business, and you want to actually write them a check. Don't just put cash out or write them a check that they put into their Xbox and pizza fund. What I would recommend is this: write a check in their name and deposit it into a custodial account. Now you control the custodial account. It's you're the custodian for an account that's in the name of the child, and you cannot use those funds for items of parental support. But private school is not an item of parental support. Sleepaway summer camp is not an item of parental support. So what would you rather do? Would you rather earn the commissions selling real estate, pay the tax, and then send the money to the school or the camp? Or would you rather earn the money, write a deductible expense check to an employee in your business, your child, and then free of that tax, deduct it as a business expense, and then put it right into an account that they can then use for expenses you're going to pay for anyway. You're basically using pre-tax dollars rather than after-tax dollars for expenses that your child will incur. So there are a couple things to keep in mind. Here's what makes this powerful. The actual way this thing works is the first $12,000 that your child earns is tax-free because that's the standard deduction. The next $9,525 is taxable at 10%. So realistically, you could put aside or move into your child's account $19,000, and that would be taxable at 0 or at 10%. And of course, that's much better than what your taxable rate would probably be, which is probably going to be closer, it's going to be between 12 or 22, or if you're really producing well in real estate, it could be as high as 37.9%, the top tax bracket. So that's why it makes sense to employ family members in your business. One other note which you may want to make: if your business is not incorporated, guess what? Then the money that you pay your child is not subject to Social Security or Medicare tax until they reach 18. So it really does make sense. You do need to issue a W-2 for your children who you are employing. You will, in some cases, pay payroll taxes, but the payroll tax is small compared to the income taxes that you might save. Again, I'm giving you general ideas of how to save on taxes. Whether this strategy specifically benefits you in your particular situation, well, that's going to be specific to your situation. Sit down with a tax professional or contact us. We'll be glad to help you do the analysis and see if this makes sense in your situation, because this is not tax advice per se. This is simply tax strategies. Tax advice is something that is applied to your specific situation with a more in-depth conversation and analysis. So, Hope you found information in this video that will be valuable to you going forward. If you liked it, please click the thumbs up down below. Also, grab the free resource below, which gives you tax strategies that rich realtors use to keep more money in their pocket and send less to the IRS. I'm Jim Flauaus, realestatetexcoach.com. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time. Thank you.